Hey everybody, this is the Drink 64 and welcome to my review for episodes 13 and 14 of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic Season 7, I think. Forgive me, I don't remember what episodes these are. I think it's 13 and 14 though, or maybe it's 12 and 13. I think it's 12 and 13. Anyway, welcome to my reviews for Discordant Harmony and The Perfect Pair. Two episodes that... Okay, they're just complete opposites of each other. Like, one's good and one's bad, or in this case, one's bad and one's good in order. So it's really like, okay, very opposite episodes, and this season has been very fluctuant in good and bad episodes. It had a long streak of good episodes, now it's just going bad and good, bad and good. Yeah, so let's go ahead and start off with Discord and Harmony, the bad one, then we'll go into the next episode, The Perfect Pair, which is the good one. And, I mean, good as in really good. And really enjoyable. So, starting off with Discord and Harmony, because it's good to see that this show's back after the hiatus as well. Shortest hiatus, or at least it feels like the shortest hiatus. I don't even remember, because these two episodes also came out in Australia as well early, so it's like, I don't remember there ever being a hiatus, honestly, because honestly, when the show isn't on the air, I don't care. I really don't care, and I don't care about anything the show offers me outside of when it's actually on. Unless it's Equestria Girls or it's the actual movie, I don't care. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into Discord and Harmony and see what it's all about. So this episode is a Discord episode. Oh good god. Okay, usually I like Discord episodes. I used to like Discord episodes, and really I did. I don't remember the last good Discord episodes. I think it was like Season 5, the Gala episode, that I don't even remember the name of. Great. Oh, because what about Discord sucked? Dungeons and Discords wasn't a good episode, I don't think. I don't know, I don't remember the last good Discord episode, and the only last one I can think of was earlier in Season 5, the one with the smooths and the gala, so... Discord hasn't had a good streak of episodes recently, and this one doesn't really help it. So, Discord wants to throw T-Pie for Fluttershy and fails miserably. It's awful. I don't like the way this episode is. I don't know, there's something about Discord, and he's kinda not as good as he used to be. He's a character that's kinda lost his flair from what he was. I mean, honestly, I just miss him as a villain, but forgetting about the whole villain thing, I just wish he was more fun. I don't know, he just doesn't have that flair that he used to, so he goes off to try to make the party as much like Fluttershy as possible. Why? I don't know why you would do this in the first place. Why you would... Honestly, Discord's place is awesome. Like, just looking at it in this episode, it's so much fun and I want to go there, but... Honestly... So he tries to make the entire place look like, you know, something Fluttershy would like, with all pretty sort of pink stuff and nice and neat place, and everything's just normal. Discord enlists a bunch of themselves to help out, which is pretty weird. She notices and Discord almost dies. No, really, that's actually what happened. Discord literally almost dies out of existence completely because his house isn't weird or discordant or whatever. Yeah, this actually happened. Discord nearly died. I guess that's the best part of the episode. Okay, I still like Discord, but this episode didn't do him any favors. So Fluttershy tries to make everything weird again by putting stuff on the ceiling and doing all that sort of stuff, and brings Discord back into the real world from the netherworld. I don't know where he went or what was going to happen. Maybe he was just going to leave existence. I want to know what would actually happen to Discord at this point, but really, I didn't like this episode at all, because it's like, what's the point? I get it, it's more Fluttershy and Discord's relationship, but I think we've seen enough of that. You know, we've had an episode, I think Dungeons and Discords, where we had Discord and Spike hanging out, but I didn't like that episode, and I don't think they're characters that go well together. Honestly, you know, I mean, I get that Discord and Fluttershy do have a good relationship, and that's what makes their episodes work, but this doesn't. I just feel like we need something new with Discord, and I feel like this isn't it. This really isn't the episode for it. I don't know, apart from almost killing Discord out of existence and just trying to make everything normal, it's not Discord. Like, I get that's the point of the episode, right? You should just be yourself, and that's the point in the lesson of the episode. Good lesson, don't get me wrong, I'm just not happy with the way they did it. It's not... I didn't find this episode enjoyable to watch. It's kind of my problem with it. You know, I don't know how other people see this episode, but personally to me, just didn't enjoy watching it much. I don't know, the lesson's alright, but I think the way they executed it and just the entire basis on the episode of Discord throwing the teapot for Fluttershy, trying to make everything normal, is just pretty stupid in my opinion. You know, I wasn't happy with this episode, and honestly, to me, my opinion on this is it was just boring. That's all I'll say on it. It was just a boring bore of an episode, and I don't really have much else to say on it. And this is Discord we're talking about. It shouldn't be boring, and the fact that it is makes this just such a bad episode for me. Discord episodes should be fun. They should have a lot of weirdness to them. This one was clearly Discord trying to be normal. I think that's what failed this episode, and while that is the point of the lesson, I get it. I don't care. It's Discord. It wasn't enjoyable to watch and I didn't enjoy this episode. That's as simple as that. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. I know I was a bit short going through this, but there's not much to say on this episode. It's just not fun. I don't like it. Let's go ahead and move on to The Perfect Pear. Oh, The Perfect Pear. This episode is so good. It's so good. Unlike, Discord and Harmony, which isn't good, this is a good episode. I don't think anyone's ever going to doubt that. In the same way that, something like... God, what was the name of the episode from Season 5 where the CMC get the cutie marks? This episode, to me, kind of hits that level of good. I haven't seen an episode this good since Season 5. Do you know how hard that is to say? And that kind of just proves how good I like this episode, how much I like this episode, because it's hard for me to say an episode is as good as anything in Season 5, because Season 5 holds easily the best episodes for the show. There's no doubting that. Season 6 was very hit or miss. Season 7 so far has been really good, and this one is the first episode this season, and all since it, that I can say. This is an episode as good as something you'd see in Season 5, as good as the CMC getting the cutie marks, as good as the Discord Gala episode. Just good. Really, really solid episode. So, we meet this character called Mr. Pear, or Grandpear, or whatever, voiced by William Shatner, may I add. So, that makes this all the more better. We find out that them and the apples are rivals. Great. However, then we find out that Applejack's parents, of all people, one was a pear and one was an apple. Need I say more? This episode is perfect. Obviously we knew about the Applejack's parents episode for a long time, and we knew it was coming. But it's so... I'm sorry, I even shed a tear in this episode because we didn't see how they died. We know they're dead. I don't think there's any, say about it. I want to know how they died, but I don't think we will, so I think this is as far as we're getting. They met their rivals, they're not supposed to be with each other. It's the classic story of two lovers separated because their families are both hate each other. It's very simple concept, and it's been done multiple times, but I feel like this does it so well. They end up falling in love. Grandpa doesn't like, the apples and so on and so forth, but they still live each other, so they still hang out and all that sort of thing. They end up going to all different people in Ponyville to learn more about their parents and what exactly happened to them. Even Mrs. Cake, who was good friends with the mother. Why haven't we heard about this at all? Why? Why are we just hearing that she was good friends with her now? It's so stupid. I don't know. It's kind of like the argument that why did we only hear about Shining Armor at the end of Season 2 and not earlier? Yeah, I'm not even going to argue about this. And then we get... I swear to God, this is the most beautiful song I've heard in this show. And there's a lot of good songs on this show, like We'll Make Our Marks is my favourite song of this entire show. This is so close to getting there, but I don't think it hits that mark of this is amazing compared to We'll Make Our Marks. It's about second place. It's getting there. It's a good song though, and it's just really nice to see how these two connected and these two really, really did care for each other, and it's just really nice to see that portrayed in this episode. I think that's really nice. The song itself is beautiful. I think, again, not just the song, but just, the parents and themselves and just the way they actually meet and all that sort of stuff. It really does elevate it to that Season 5 standard of episode I would expect. That's what makes it so good. They even ended up getting married, even though Grandpa clearly happy about that, so you know, the mother actually ends up leaving and all that sort of stuff. And by the end of the episode, they end up going back to Grandpa and reconnecting with old family. You know, Grandpa is their grandparent, and that's really cool. I expect to see more of William Shatner's character. I would more than expect to see it. He's part of their family now. There's no really avoiding that. He's kind of a secondary main character, so to speak. He's, you know, related to one of the main characters in a way, so yeah, I'd say we have to see him again in some way. You know, if we don't, it's just going to be another Andy situation from the Steven Universe episode Gem Harvest. We got introduced to a member of the family of the main character in that episode and saw them once. Whether we see them again is a mystery, but we kind of have to see Grandpa again. At least I hope to. I don't know. He seems to be sticking around, so that's neat and really nice. And the episode ends on such a beautiful shot. I don't really know how else to describe it. You have the tree that they planted, the pear and apple tree, and it's so beautiful. Never mind anything in season 5. This is my favourite just standalone shot out of the entire show. It's beautiful. It's just so nice to look at, and it's a perfect way to end an episode. In my opinion, and again, this episode was paced very well. It was done very well. The characters were very good. I don't think there's a problem with this episode in the slightest. I think it's a perfect episode. This is a perfect episode. I don't care. I love it. I don't see a problem with it myself. You could probably nitpick a couple things here and there, but me, myself, I don't have an issue with it. I love it. I think it's great. Can season 7 keep up to that standard? Hell, can the movies keep to that standard? The show has set, and this episode for me is set. I really don't think so. I think this is one of those rare times when you get an episode so perfect, and the episode itself is called The Perfect Pair, so it knows it's a perfect episode, but honestly, if season 7 can keep to maybe not this high a standard, but somewhere just below or somewhere around it, it's gonna be great. I can tell. The season finale name got announced, which was Shadow Play. That's the episode that's more than likely going to tie in with the comics, I'm pretty sure, because I just read the comics that are going to tie in. Cool. So, yeah, just these episodes, man. I mean, Discord and Harmony sucks, and it can suck a dick, but The Perfect Pair, absolutely drop-dead brilliant. Do I think it's better than, you know, the CMC getting the Cutie Mark episode? I don't really know. I can't really say, because that episode is on such a high level and it's such a hallmark of the series. I think I can't say it's better. I really can't say anything, honestly. I don't know if it's better. I don't know. I'd have to watch it again to really know, but honestly, they're very equal. They're both great, perfect episodes, and it's very hard to prefer one over the other. I think they're just both as good as each other, and that's saying something, because the CMC episode getting their cutie marks is so great. I think for any episode, for me to say that any episode is as good as it is honestly just, yeah, it kind of just shows how good it really is. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I've talked about them both enough, and I've sort of gushed over this episode enough. So with that, that is going to be it for this. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week for the next episode, where I don't really know what the next episode is. So, yeah, see you guys then.